everyone, welcome to Special Presentation with Mike and Ethan. Or,
Elf will not be seen tonight.
well, Fantastic Four First Steps is in theaters right now, and we're celebrating with our fourth episode about the Fantastic Four. You didn't miss it, we just failed on that last one and it didn't get recorded.
Good job!
Yep, sorry, that's on me.
Nah, I joke. It's fine. It's all good. You know, it means we get to talk about the Fantastic Four a fourth time, and that is very thematically relevant.
Yeah.
Because there's four of the Fantastic Fours.
Four
There's
fours,
four of them.
and
Four fours.
four podcasts. So, you know, it's a good thing we're not doing a movie about, or what other superhero team has a number in their name that's like even higher? The Super Seven. I bet no one's even heard of the Super Seven anymore.
Is that a real group?
That was a real thing. Yeah, that was I believe they were one of the earliest original Saturday morning cartoons.
Oh, I have not heard of them. I, in fact, thought you might be referring to an Enid Blyton series about kids who like solve mysteries, but that's the Secret Seven.
Oh no, that's right. It's Tarzan and the Super Seven.
Oh, so there's 8 of them.
Okay, so it's not. Oh, and they weren't actually a team. It was like 7 groups of adventurers. It had Tarzan, Batman, the Freedom Force, Jason of Star Command, Manta and Moray, Super Stretch and Micro Woman, and Web Woman. I'd never heard of any of these except Batman.
Did they all work together? You said there's 7 teams, so they
yeah,
are
there's 7
rivals?
Yeah, it's 7 different shows packed into one. I thought the Super 7 was, a team of 7 people, but nope.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess
it's like
that's
Fred and Barney meet the Shmoo.
It's gonna get the kids excited because it's like 7 things,
7
stuck
superheroes.
In one. That's a lot of superheroes.
Wow.
But yeah, we're talking about the Fantastic Four,
yes.
which is 3 superheroes less than the Secret Seven.
Yes.
7 Super 7.
Well, I guess it's
Super 7.
Now, I mean, there's a lot of auxiliary members of the Fantastic Four. You know, She-Hulk is sometimes one of them.
I did not know that. I thought she was a lawyer.
She's a lawyer, but she also took over when Ben went on leave at some point or something like that.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, she's strong.
Yep.
She's like the Thing
yes.
in that sense, I think.
And then there's her boyfriend, Wyatt Wingfoot, who is a non-superpowered but highly trained, Native American secret agent, I think.
Sorry, what was his name again?
Wyatt Wingfoot.
Huh. Okay. All right. Okay. Fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, Wyatt Wingfoot. Yeah, and
Wyatt Wingfoot.
And of course we have Herbie, who was the fourth member of the Fantastic Four in the cartoon that they left the Human Torch out of for reasons.
Were they legal reasons?
Yes. There's a long time rumor that the reason they left the Human Torch out of this Fantastic Four production was because they were afraid that kids would light themselves on fire in imitation of the Human Torch, which is, a hilarious idea. I wonder if they got kids, who had crawled into the cement mixer trying to be like the Thing. But no, the reason they didn't have the Human Torch was because they'd already signed him away to a different production company for a live-action prime-time show where he was going to be a race car driver.
Go, 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 Human Torch! You're human on wheels. You're not a human. You're a guy who God, what the fuck? Oh, a demon. A demon
yes.
is the thing that I'm trying to think of. Okay.
Oh, gee, why isn't there a character called the Demon Torch who's his arch nemesis?
I mean, that would probably be... Well, I mean, if you really think about it, like Human Torch, Demon Torch, what's going to be the difference? They're both on fire.
Oh, yeah, very good point. But this one's covered in hellfire. Oh, wait, that's just Ghost Rider.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's Ghost Rider. Yeah, the Human Torch, but the Human Torch is in this movie that we watched.
Oh, yes.
As well as Herbie. They're both in it,
yes.
So it's actually the Fantastic Five.
Yeah, and I guess 6 if you count the fact that the Fantastic Four reproduce in this movie.
That's right. There's a baby because it's why they call it Fantastic Four First Steps, because it's the Mr. Fantastic and the Invisible Girl. They had a baby,
Yep.
and the baby's going to be taking his first steps out in the world. But also, it's about this team finding its first steps as a team.
Yeah.
Kind of. Actually, not. Is it? It is sort of, maybe, kinda. It's their biggest challenge as a team, so they have to come together. But I guess they are kind of a team prior to this, because for once, this is not an origin story.
No.
We don't have to find out how they got hit by space rays a third time.
You know, they tell us that, but in the form of like a 60-minute special, which is really cool because they really put a lot of that 60s Ed Sullivan juice all over it.
Yeah. So the probably the most immediately noticeable thing about this Fantastic Four First Steps is that it is kind of done in a retro futurist style.
Yeah.
It's very much like got a 60s flair, like the Jetsons. It's like what we thought the future would be like when we were in the 50s.
Yeah.
Very very much like
Tomorrowland.
Yes. It's like our scientists of tomorrow are hard at work.
Century 21.
It's like questions. Mankind can think of 3 questions. So,
why are we here?
Is,
what is the purpose of life? Everyone drinks water, so how come the ocean doesn't get all used up?
Those are very good questions, Billy. We have to ask the wizard. Now, so it is like, I think you described it as like Fantasyland. Disney's kind of living in Disney's Fantasyland.
Well, Disney's Tomorrowland. Fantasyland.
Tomorrowland,
I think it would be very funny to have a retro futurist movie with a Fantasyland theme where everyone's like, "Okay, kids, time for school. Get in the teacup."
Oh, is that what Fantasyland was?
Yeah, Fantasyland used to be where they had all like the animated characters and so forth, which is weird to think that Disney had. So when they built Disneyland, they were already trying to kind of cordon the animation into its own thing, and they were trying to be like, no, we're more than that. That's why we have the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse.
Oh yes, that was over in
Adventureland.
What is that one? Adventureland
or Frontierland? Man, Frontierland. Disneyland used to have an all-Western kingdom.
They still do, I think, actually.
Do they?
Last time I was there, which admittedly is, 10, 15 years ago,
yeah, I haven't been there
they
since
did still
2002.
have it. It's weird because Adventureland is very small. Adventureland is literally like you walk in, there's the Jungle Cruise, and then you walk out. Like that's it. It's literally just the Jungle Cruise. And I think probably both Adventureland and Frontierland are kind of like the more you think about it, the more like it seems a little colonial.
Yeah,
this is I don't know about all this, but as far as I know, they still have them. They have not been canceled over those things yet.
I mean, well, I'm not even sure what the point is of the various kingdoms in the first place, because there's, I mean, I guess they're supposed to have a sort of a theme or motif, but those just seem like such random choices to me. But then again, they probably weren't so random in 1955 or whenever.
Yeah, I'm sure that like in 1955, people loved westerns and jungle flicks. So
Yeah, in 1955, people were like, "Well, it's pretty good, but why isn't there a blackface kingdom?"
I mean, yeah, especially in Australian Disneyland, they had that until the 70s. Actually, the 90s, I think. But
there's Australian Disneyland.
No, I made that up.
Okay.
I
know about Euro Disney. I didn't know about Australo Disney. Or Austro-Hungary.
Austro-Hungarian Disneyland. You can ride the I don't know.
You could ride the Ottoman.
Yeah, the Ottoman. There you go. So the Fantastic Four, retro futurist style.
Yeah.
Very cool. It instantly makes this movie have a very interesting look. It's not just more like sad, depressing darkly lit rooms like Fantastic Four 2015,
Yeah,
which was
when you look at how it was just dark rooms, Fantastic Four 2015 looks like it has a way smaller budget than it actually does. It feels like one of those Roger Corman movies where they basically film it in the offices of the studio.
yeah. This one you see all the money on the screen. It's got just everything about it looks very shiny and new, and like it's the 1960s and the future is wide open,
Yeah,
just wide open, and
bring it back.
yeah. It's I think we said earlier like 2015, 2005. Fantastic Four feels like 2005. It's an Obama years movie. Things are kind of hopeful. 2015 is it's right before things went to shit,
Yeah,
but you could feel it coming,
yeah,
and it feels a lot darker, a lot more pessimistic.
yeah.
And now 2025 Fantastic Four, it feels completely removed from everything. It is definitely not reflecting the reality of living in 2025, and why should it? Because I think if we had to watch art that accurately reflects the world we live in, we'd all put fucking guns in our mouths. So
For
this is a nice
real.
bit of a,
Oh my god.
yeah. So this is a nice bit of escapism.
Yes.
I know that it's not cool to be like, I want escapist fantasy, but this is nice.
Yes.
It's nice to watch a movie where it's like, oh look at them use science to improve the world and save humanity.
It's
How quaint.
it's not sensitive and down to earth. It's just swarming with magic robots.
Yes, we do, because everyone has their own. The Fantastic Four have Herbie, right? Who is their personal robot assistant, who looks like 1980s robot from the Muppet movie.
Yeah, he's got that kind of, Rob the robotic operating buddy feel to him. The best thing about him is that apparently he runs programs on cassette tape, and the cassette tapes form his face.
Yeah, that's a fun little detail. They take out he's got a home program for when they're at home and a space program for when they're in space. But it is very cool that they run this robot on magnetic tape, the medium of the future. Do other people also have robots in this world? I got the impression
they might.
Huh. Do people have flying cars, or is that just the
I think
Fantastic
it's just
Four?
the Fantastic Four who have flying cars, but we do see some very Space Needly shaped buildings in some shots. In other shots, New York hasn't changed much at all.
Yeah. But yeah, it's kind of that a mix of the old and new. Everything, all the look of all the architecture, the styles, the clothing, everything has that very kind of googie mid-century modern look to it, like you're living in a bowling alley. So
I wonder about that because, New Yorkers are very into seeing, hey, that's where I live on the screen. How many times are they going to be like, hey, that's where I live, and they turned it into a mushroom.
Was this actually filmed in New York? It's probably all filmed in Toronto, honestly.
Wait, where did I think it was filmed in Spain?
Oh, okay.
A lot of it was, at least, because nobody is smart enough to offer tax breaks to film in your state anymore. I don't see anything with that big Made in Georgia logo anymore.
No. Well, America's decided it doesn't like doing things.
No.
America's like, we will no longer do things. We will no longer make things. We're just done. We're we're the sundowning of the evil empire right now.
Somebody else do it. We're busy doing nothing.
Yeah, we're busy. We're just America's just I'm too depressed. I can't evil empire anymore. No, actually we're still doing the evil empire shit. We're just kind of doing it at home now.
Yeah.
We're too lazy to go out and oppress other countries. We're just doing it to ourselves now. USA. Anyway.
I think we were more positive last time.
Well, it's been longer. More time has passed since I've actually watched Fantastic Four. So the real world, I noticed it again. But Fantastic Four, it's fun. We have the four, and they're all fantastic.
Yes. Now,
They
comparing this
are.
movie to the previous movies, both of the ones that came before, I still haven't seen the Roger Corman 1994 one, so I can't compare that one. But both of the other two, they put the crux of their emotional thing on the crush between Reed and Ben. Reed feeling guilty about having left Ben as a thing, and Ben, you know, losing his patience over Reed's attempts to cure him. In this one, they leave that out entirely, and has more or less made peace with being a thing, which also means that he's not the focal point of the story, and he works a lot better this way.
Yeah, like the issue in both the two previous movies was the Thing was such a sad sack. He was really a bummer, you know? He's always sad that he's made of rocks. He's always like, oh, I'm a big ugly pile of rocks, and no woman would ever love me. I guess I'll go eat some worms. In this movie, we don't get he's a little bit of that. We get the impression that, like, he's aware that he's, a little bit different than other people, but he seems like he's in a better place.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, yeah, it's not so bad being a big pile of rocks.
His biggest problem seems to be that everyone judges him by the popular Fantastic Four cartoon, which, because, I'm not sure if they ever get identified by their superhero names as people, because it seems to suggest that maybe those were made up for the cartoon.
Yeah. Oh, we should mention that in this version of the Fantastic Four, they are basically like worldwide celebrities.
Yes.
Because they are, well, as you would. Four like famous astronaut scientists go into space and come back with superpowers. Of course, they're celebrities.
Yes.
It makes sense. They really tried to. They did not do that in 2015 because, again, they were trying to do that like realistic gritty thing that just makes everything like very depressing but also silly, because it's about these four guys. One of them's made of rocks, one of them catches on fire, one of them turns invisible, and one of them is stretchy, and we're supposed to take that seriously. In 2015 it's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
But in 2025 they get, they really lean into the whiz bang golly gee willikers-ness of the whole thing.
Yes.
And it works a lot better.
Also,
you kind of buy
the 2015 one had something to say about how the government is the real bad guy. This one, the government is not only not so much the bad guy, the world governments are not the bad guys. They are very helpful.
Yeah, they actually are dedicated to solving problems. So that's how you know this is science fantasy, not science fact.
Yeah, it really does belong in Fantasyland. Get in your
Yeah.
teacup.
But you know what? Maybe the Fantastic Four are trying to show us that a better world is possible. If only we could all work together if we were attacked by a giant planet-eating alien. Because that's who the villain is in this one. It's not fucking Doctor Doom. We're done with him.
Yeah.
Because they just can't get him right,
Honestly, I feel like the version of him in this movie that we see for 2 seconds is better than any of the previous version.
He's actually the version we see here, because there's a little post-credits teaser that indicates we're going to see him in the second movie, when it's like Fantastic Four will return and Fantastic Four versus World Crime League or whatever. And
Fantastic
he
Four
looks
through the portal of time.
Yeah,
Fantastic Four: The Secret of the Ooze.
But this Doctor Doom does look like Doctor Doom. He's got the green cowl and everything, so I'm hoping that they do, if they do bring him in the sequel, which I'm sure they will, that they just do Doctor Doom as he is in, like he's a Eastern Bloc tin pot dictator.
Yes.
And
who fancies himself a sort of Dracula figure. I mean, you can get a lot out of that.
There's so much, and they just keep being like, well, no, let's make it into a tech bro. Don't you have enough evil tech bros in the Marvel universe? I feel like, this kind of Draculated, Eastern Bloc guy. Yeah, like he's really, you don't really need to do much with him. He's pretty entertaining. I kind of like I just like the idea that he rules over this, like, this nation of, like, peasants, pretty much.
Yes.
Like medieval peasants. And I just feel like you can do a really good, like, what do the Fantastic Four have to go on, like, a spy mission to Latveria?
Yeah.
Come on, just do that. It's so easy, but instead they keep fucking it up. But I feel like this may be the first time that the movie is like, no, we can just do the silly thing with Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
That he is, especially because, like, this is a world. It's like a kind of, like we said, it's a very 1960s flavored world.
Mm-hmm.
Every woman in this world dresses like Jackie Onassis, and every man wears a fedora. And we do see briefly during the climax, when they have a listing of all the cities in the world, East and West Berlin, indicating that yes, there is in this world there is a divide between capitalism and communism. So it's like, okay, if the Cold War is still going on, then perfect. Latveria and Doctor Doom slot so well into that, because clearly we know. I don't think it's ever established where Latveria is, but we know it's Eastern Europe. Come on, it's clearly a Transylvania. Yeah.
Okay, I suck at modern world history. Was the USSR part of the UN?
The USSR. I think it was. Maybe. Well, let's ask. I would ask the internet, but the AI is going to tell me, like, you can put you glue on the USSR you can eat 3 USSRs every day.
USSRs a day.
Yeah.
You can have a USSR as a treat.
I think it was, because wasn't it on the Security Council?
Maybe, yeah.
I think it was like America, Soviet Union, France, England, and was it China who basically got to say whatever the fuck we want. The rest of you are just here for show. I think because the Security Council was like, we're like really running the permanent. Oh wait, yeah, wait a second. 5 permanent members of the Security Council: China, France, Russia, United Kingdom, United States. Wow, I got it right.
Okay.
I got it right.
Now that's Russia and not the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics?
It's according to Wikipedia says Russia, but it would have been the USSR at the time.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that, like, some child has edited this article recently and be like, USSR, you got that wrong. That's just called Russia, man. Because I do believe it. I feel like it was the Soviet Union at the time. I mean, I did live through that. I remember everyone being very like, you have to call it the USSR. You can't call it Russia. Because, there's...
And we had USSR at school, but it stood for Unsustained Silent Reading.
Oh, really? They let them get away with that?
Yeah,
like
for real. Yeah, it was just like, it was the equivalent of, deer, drop everything and read.
I've never heard that one.
Oh.
Oh, wait a second. I'm sorry. I think the reason that this article says this is because currently, the Russia is on the UN Security Council. Probably used to be the USSR, but then, like, it's no longer the USSR. I'm so smart. I love that. I love that I'm 46 years old and I'm talking like I'm just discovering these elementary facts about our world for the first time.
Well,
like
I didn't know either. Don't make me feel dumb.
Oh, you're only as dumb as I am. That's why people listen to this show. They're like, I want to listen. I want to like someone. The listeners are like, bring me the 2 biggest himbos you have.
No, that's too big.
Anyway, we've established that Doctor Doom would be good, but we don't have him in this movie. We have Galacticus, who is the biggest man in the world.
And he's covered in gold.
He's covered in gold. And if you laugh at him, don't laugh at him, because that spaceship is the largest one that he could afford. Should he therefore be the subject of fun?
I guess so.
What? How would you like it if I went to your planet and laughed at you?
Better than eating it.
Well, yeah, I guess that would be better. If Galacticus just goes from planet to planet, like, and laughing at people, insulting people.
You are all so short. Bye.
It's like that. I, I feel like that was a bit in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It was
Yeah,
like
the
some
the guy whose mission it was to insult every living being in the universe.
Yeah, I remember because he was like he was immortal and he got mad about it or he got bored with it or
Yeah.
something.
So which means that Arthur Dent has been marooned in prehistoric Earth for 2 years, and then he sees his first alien in 2 years, and he's running up to him, begging for him to save him. The alien says, "Are you Arthur Dent? You're a jerk, Dent, a total knee biter," and leaves.
Oh, classic, classic. Anyway, so Galacticus is not doing that.
No,
He's eating planets.
no, he is
And
eating
he's coming.
planets, and not with his mouth. Don't get excited,
No.
anal vor fans. He's eating it with his back.
Wait, I like how it's like, wait, not with his mouth. Don't. Oh, wait, actually, I get it now. I was like, I didn't see where we were going with all this. Because what I thought you said, I like how I'm dissecting. You told a very good joke, and now I'm like, I didn't get it because I'm stupid. I was like, what do you mean? Anal for? Your mouth isn't your anus. No, not with his mouth. Now, don't get excited because you think it's going to be his anus. It's his back. They
Yes.
stick a big tube into his back, and that's how he sucks up planet juice from planets that he eats.
Yes.
Um,
He is not like Unicron, who just chomps up planets and makes Cookie Monster noises. No, he has a machine
No.
that does that for him, so he has to basically process planets into baby food and then inject it into his back. Ugh.
yeah.
If that ever
Um,
happens to me, just take me off life support.
Yeah, I would not want. I would not want to.
Have you had
Galacticus.
the chopped heart healthy planets at the hospital? Ugh.
Oh, see, not even Galacticus wants to live this lifestyle because he's sick of it. He's sick of flying around in a spaceship and eating planets. Which also, to point out, Galactus.
Galactus, yes, not Galacticus.
Galactus, not Galacticus. Galactus, like the protein in milk. He galactose.
Yeah.
So galactose. He is he's not
milky.
that big.
Yeah, he's not
Yeah.
planet sized. He is, I mean, he's big. He's bigger than a skyscraper. He might be taller than the Empire State Building. But if you were his size and they gave you something that was the size of Earth to eat, you'd be pretty fucking stuffed.
Yeah, but I guess once you break down a planet into its component parts, it's like not that filling, I guess.
No, I guess it's like. It's like what the Decepticons do when they make energon cubes. They pour gasoline into these things and then compress them down, and then it gets all shiny.
Oh yeah, that's probably how it works. I will say like it was a little disappointing how little he was because.
I mean, it's accurate to the comics. I mean, he's a huge guy, but he's not, the kind of guy that could pop the earth in his mouth like a malted milk ball.
Like if I saw him, I would be like, "That's the guy who's going to eat Earth." Come on, why don't we just shoot him? Well, I mean, why don't we just shoot him?
Yeah,
we have the technology. We literally spend maybe Earth 892 or whatever Earth this alternate Earth this is.
Yeah.
With the retro futuristic 60s, maybe we have put all of our technology into like peaceful stuff,
Yeah.
so we don't have like nuclear bombs. But like Earth that we live on, Earth Prime or whatever the fuck this one is, like if Galacticus came here, we would just fucking blow his ass away. It was like, oh, you think you're gonna eat the planet? Then you're like, oh shit, he's gonna eat the planet. And he shows up. That's the guy who wants to eat the planet. Just throw a nuclear bomb at him or something.
Well, I mean, you never know. He might catch the nuclear bomb and throw it back. Or he'd
Well, yeah.
do that Superman thing where he catches it in his hands and holds it, and it compresses into like whatever the equivalent of a diamond is when you compress a nuclear explosion.
Well, that's why what you do is you shoot him in the back so he doesn't see it coming. You shoot him in his like heels or something to like incapacitate him first, and then you just
Better
I
yet,
don't know,
you
I guess-
lure him off of his giant planet-eating spaceship, and then you blow that up.
Oh, you're right. Actually, what is he going to do then
Yeah, what's he gonna
without a
do? Start
spaceship?
eating the Earth by hand? Hope you're
Yeah, he can't
hungry.
really.
You'd
I don't
have to
think he can
eat
really do that.
16 bowls of your cereal to equal the fiber in one Earth.
And what's he gonna do if we blow up his planet? He's just gonna be mad. He's going, "Whoa, man! I'm so mad. I'm stuck here on this planet." Yeah, well, sucks to be. Oh, yeah. I guess that just shoot him a bunch. I don't know. I feel like we could take him. I feel like we could take Galactus. But in this movie, well, before we get into that, let's talk about our main characters. We got four of them.
Yes.
They're fantastic. They're pretty good. They are. Um,
We
I like
have
that they got.
we have Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic.
It's in the name. He's played by your friend and mine, Pedro Pascal, the most popular man in the world,
Yeah,
beloved by
I hadn't
all.
seen anything with him in it, so I was like, oh, now I'm going to find out what people like about Pedro Pascal. And oh, I did. He's really good.
Yeah, he's got that natural charisma. He's like John Candy. You can't help but like him.
Yeah, he's got that
And
natural charisma, even when he's in the role of someone whose charisma is supposed to be like kind of lacking.
yeah, so Mr. Fantastic in this version is very clearly autistic coded,
Yeah, and he
if not
knows
just
it.
autistic. Yeah, yeah. There's that scene where he well, you can tell by the way he's acting. He's a little he's an odd duck.
He's
He
a little
marches to his
stiff,
own
a
drum.
little
Yeah,
doesn't always have, the right social response to a situation.
yeah, yeah. But I think like there's a bit where he's because he and Mrs. Fantastic have a baby,
Yes.
and he is constantly monitoring the baby to make sure the baby is, he's afraid the baby will have his freak powers, like from space radiation, or that's what it seems. But the way he talks to the baby, he says something like to at one point where he's like, "There's always been something wrong with me," and and I think he was afraid the baby would inherit something like that. And I do feel like it's kind of it's talking about more than just his like stretchy powers
Mm-hmm.
there. Um, but it's a very nice scene because he does say to the baby, like, I'm always looking for something, and something wrong. I can't find it, so I'm going to stop looking, and I'm going to let you tell me. And I thought it was very nice. I thought it was nice.
Yeah, this is something that Marvel Comics don't really touch on all that much, is that, we have all these characters who are mutants or metahumans or whatever you want to call them. But there are a lot of people who have that kind of thing going on that don't have superpowers. And actually, I recall reading an X-Men issue where this group of evil mutants called the Acolytes is attacking a school bus because they've detected a mutant child on it that they want to kidnap for their own purposes. And they pick up the child and they go, "What's wrong with this? This child is inferior even by human standards." And the X-Men are like, "Put him down. He has Down syndrome. He didn't do anything to you."
Wow, those guys are assholes.
Yeah,
Not the X Men, the other.
yeah, the Acolytes. Yeah,
Yeah. Wow. 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 Not cool. They did a no growth there.
yeah,
But this so I think like for people of the autistic persuasion, it's some good representation
yeah.
here. You know,
I don't
there's
know
a
if I
bit
felt
where
seen, but I definitely identify with the whole idea that there's always been something wrong with you. And I don't think that's necessarily an autistic exclusive feeling.
yeah. Well, I think a lot of I'm sure that a lot of people feel that for many
Yeah.
reasons as well.
It really
Um,
kind of underlines the name Mr. Fantastic if he really thinks that he's Mr. Flawed.
Oh, well, he like you said, fantastic used to have a different meaning.
Yeah, we got into this on the last recording when the Fantastic Four comic came out. Fantastic didn't mean like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious or whatever. It meant like weird. It meant like creepy, uncanny, like Uncanny X-Men. Because Marvel used to
Yeah.
really pitch how strange their characters were, because a lot of them were spin-offs of like monthly anthology comics that were called like Weird Tales, Uncanny, Bizarre, that kind of thing.
Mm, mm. Um, but yeah, yeah. So it's
The first Spider-Man comic ran in a comic book called Amazing Fantasy, which is why the actual comic was for years called The Amazing Spider-Man.
mm. Okay. Oh, okay. Did amazing also mean something different back
No,
then?
no, it really did mean it mean something that will amaze you, but it was just
Oh, yeah.
tying it back to the initial comic, even though the Amazing Spider-Man far outlived Amazing Fantasy.
Yeah. Well, that he is amazing. He's got the proportional longevity of a spider. That Spider-Man.
Now you might be
That's
wondering how it is he doesn't rip his arms out when he flies through the air like that. Well, it turns out he's
mhm.
got the proportionate tensile strength of a spider.
Oh, yeah, it all makes sense. This is science, people. Um anyway, so read but also kind of so we've got three other Fantastics in
Yes.
this. We've got Sue Storm,
Yes.
who is
Does she ever get called the Invisible Girl or Invisible Woman in this?
I don't think she does. I don't
No.
think anyone actually does call her that.
And they
But
don't
she does have.
actually. She doesn't actually turn invisible all that much. Mostly, she turns other things invisible. They're really playing up the idea that she has force field powers, with invisibility being a side effect of those.
Yeah, I think that's kind of in keeping with her characterization in like the comics, if I recall
Yeah,
correctly. That's kind of what she does. Um, there's not as much invisibility as you got in the previous Fantastic Four movies, but that's fine
yeah,
because if you really think about it, for what they really do, how useful is invisibility usually?
yeah.
Like usually they don't do a lot of sneaking.
It would be if they had more subterfuge, more like sneaking behind the Iron Curtain to do, then she'd probably be turning invisible a lot more often. But
Yeah, yeah,
we mentioned
but
the Incredibles earlier. Have you noticed that Violet from the Incredibles has all of Sue's powers? She doesn't just turn invisible; she also makes force fields.
oh, I did not actually notice that.
Yeah.
There are four Incredibles, and they all
They all have
don't match up at
basically
all.
the same powers, except that you have Dash replacing the Human Torch, or although maybe Frozone is the replacement for the Human Torch, since he uses ice, but otherwise he does almost the exact same thing.
Yeah, you've got like what is it like the dad is really
Yeah,
strong.
the dad is big and
The
strong. The mom can stretch, and the little girl can turn invisible. And then there's the baby that can do fuck all whatever, which is exactly what their baby can do.
Oh, that's true. It's because they have a baby, and it turns out that the baby is like the Messiah or something.
Yeah,
It's a super baby.
he has
It's
something
this.
that Galactus calls the power cosmic, which is something kind of nebulous in Marvel Comics stuff that I've always heard ascribed to being something the Silver Surfer had, which was why he was ostensibly the single most powerful character in the Marvel Universe. He just never uses it because he's so sensitive.
Mm, mm. I guess yeah. Well, he receive that power from Galactus?
Yes, and so I don't know if Galactus needs it that much. Why did he give some to the Silver Surfer? We have a different Silver Surfer in this movie, and she does not appear to include the power cosmic.
Oh no, but she can surf.
Yeah, she can definitely surf, and there's a running gag with Johnny being like, "So is the surfboard part of her body, or?"
Yeah, yeah. There's some good jokes in this movie, actually. They're little fun ones.
Yeah,
Um, it's this is a nice because I will say this movie also has a good blend of like action and comedy because some of these Marvel movies getting a little too snarky, a little too that happened, if you know what I
yeah.
mean.
This is
But
this
this
is
one,
more. It's not quite Batman 1966. It's cleverer than that, but
mhm.
it is a careful mix of action and comedy.
Yeah, It's slightly self-aware, just enough to have fun with it, but not enough to really like kind of get a little a little annoying.
Yeah.
One of the best bits is that the thing. The cartoon version of the thing says it's clobbering time, and the actual thing is not very fond of that. So Johnny Storm is ribbing him, being all like, because at one point the thing is all like, "I'm mad, I want to punch this guy," and Johnny's like, "Oh, you want to punch? You sure? Isn't that something else you want to do?" No. What time is it? It's dinner time. So that was they have a couple of amusing exchanges about
Yes.
the clobbering it's clobbering time phrase,
Yep.
which has worked into this way better than in 2015
Yeah,
when it was
that was absolute
yeah,
nonsense.
yeah, it was like, oh, I'm gonna use the thing that my abusive stepdad yelled before he beat me. Why would you do that? Well, that's which also is a very strange thing to just. I mean, I don't know. I've never abused a child, so I don't really know what you would say before you do it. But like, that seems a weird thing.
I don't
You
know.
know, seems a little lighthearted. I don't know. I'm not an abuser, so I don't really know what goes on in the mind of an abuser. Not to pat myself on the back for not abusing children, but I think I did a pretty good thing by not like beating children.
Yeah.
I think that's good.
Well,
I don't want to.
I
I don't
wish I
want
could say the same, but I have yelled "It's clobbering time" and clobbered people frequently. So
Oh well. Did you? So you're actually very you're okay with saying the phrase.
yeah, yeah, I'll say it anytime you want. No one ever asked me because I'm not covered in orange rock.
So
I'll
what
say any
time?
superhero catchphrase you want. Holy for holies, Batman. It's morphin' time. Cowabunga. Spoon.
Oh, that's I recognize some of those. Okay, so but that does bring us to the Thing, who is also one of the Fantastic Four, and I think this version of the Thing is far superior to previous versions.
Yes.
We mentioned already that he's not depressed, which is already makes him less of a bummer to be around. I also think that the character design is way better
Oh yeah.
because they made him look a lot more like the animated version, at least in the '90s cartoon.
Yeah.
And
He has those crests that kind of come off of his eyebrows that I think really make him more expressive because he can move them and give you stronger hints as to what he's feeling.
yes, he's like one of those Muppets that can move their eyes slightly.
Yeah.
But it's good because it was like I was thinking the other day, like when Disney made The Lion King, and it's like cartoony lions with big eyes and mouths, and you look at them and you're like, I can tell what these characters are thinking and emoting and expressing.
Right.
And then they made the real hyper realistic version where it's like I can't tell what these animals are. These are just animals. And by making the Thing more cartoony, it gives much more range of expressions that you can read into him. There's an early bit in this movie where they have like a dinner party, and Sue and Reed Richards have just found out they're going to have a baby. So they show up and they're all kind of like awkward because they have this big secret, right? And they're kind of babbling, and the Thing is like looks at them and he gets this expression, and you can tell just by his expression that he's figured it out.
You can see,
he knows
you can
that,
see the
yeah.
gears grinding in his head. They're probably orange.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
and he responds as if he's been let in on it anyway. So like he's like, "Oh, you're pregnant, aren't you?"
Yeah. It's impressive, and I don't know if this is like I don't know if it's the actor that they like put the ping pong balls on his face to like get to put it in the character, or they just like CG'd it or what. But they did a very good job with the face of this character, so that you can really he feels like a character rather than just like CG over a guy.
Right. I mean, in the 2005 one, the Thing was a suit rather than CGI, and it looked pretty good for the most part. But yeah, they definitely didn't have facial emoting as Job 1 when they designed it. And
No,
then
no.
in 2015, it was a CGI thing, and that's the one where all anyone notices is that he's fucking nude. And I guess you're supposed to be like, oh, no wonder he hates the world. He doesn't have a dick anymore.
Well, in this version, he does have clothes.
Yes,
He wears clothes.
he wears nice
He's got
clothes,
this.
and he grooms
Yeah, he does.
himself.
Oh yeah, he's got this nice sweater vest, and he does shave every day because apparently he will grow rocks if he doesn't.
Yeah. You ever read the comic Concrete?
No.
Concrete it's not a superhero comic. It's about a guy with superhero powers because he's been transferred into the body of an alien by these other aliens. But he doesn't become a superhero. He uses it as a talking point to further environmental causes. And there's this one episode one issue where he starts to grow horns, and he has no idea what they're for. So they're doing all these tests on him, and eventually they just come to the conclusion that no, there's nothing wrong with you. You're just going to grow horns. Just keep them shaved down if you don't like them. And he's like, wait a minute, did this body just go through puberty?
Yeah, that's when you grow horns, isn't it?
Yeah. He's like a smooth version of the Thing. He's this giant rock creature who's like 500 degrees inside his mouth.
No, jeez. So he's like one of those Star Trek hot rocks.
Yeah, kind of.
So he
No kill.
okay.
Eye.
Yeah. So those are our Fantastic Four, I guess.
Yeah,
That,
we didn't talk much about Johnny. Johnny is more likable in this one than he's been in any previous one.
Yeah, I think a lot of them are like he's the hothead, so you got to make him a real asshole. And this one, they did not. They did not make. They made him a little. He's a he's a little. I guess he's a little spicy. He's a little bit of a ladies' man.
Yeah.
Implied. He's got a thing for the Silver Surfer, the lady Silver Surfer.
Mm-hmm.
Did we mention that Did we mention that Silver Surfer has been gender swapped? I don't know if we did.
Yeah, this time it is a different. It is a known Marvel character. Shala Bal has been seen as the Silver Surfer before, but normally it's not her. It's the male Silver Surfer is Norrin Rad, which is pretty funny that the Silver Surfer's name is Rad.
Well, you got to be radical on the beach.
So if you haven't heard of the Silver Surfer, first of all, yes, it is a nude-looking chrome-plated person atop a chrome-plated surfboard who can do pretty much almost anything they want, but this version mostly just surfs right through things. She seems to be able to go completely desolid and pass through walls and stuff.
Yeah, it's a kind of a neat power, honestly.
And the trouble all begins when she descends upon Times Square and makes the announcement that Galactus is coming and your planet will be devoured. So hold your loved ones close and party in your last moments. Which is an interesting thing to say, and I don't think Galactus told her to say it. So already there's a sort of like, why are you warning us? We wouldn't stop him one way or the other.
Honestly, yeah, it makes sense not to warn them because, they do end up stopping him because they got warning.
Yeah, but
spoiler: Galactus does not eat the Earth.
No, try as he might, but he just didn't have room. But it turns out that the Silver Surfer's role is to seek out planets for Galactus to eat, but I don't think she has to warn them. So immediately you start to wonder why, and as it turns out, it's because she got Galactus to back off from her planet by offering herself in lieu of the whole planet. So I guess before this, he was just floating between galaxies, tasting planets one at a time to see if they had the life on it he wanted.
Yeah, well, I guess this works out good for him then.
Yeah, just sticking his fingers into planets like like little Jack Horner.
So basically Silver Surfer is like, Galactus is Galactus is coming. Galactus. Someone's coming. Someone named Galactus. So the Fantastic Four are like, we're gonna go up there and find Galactus and, like, have a little chat with him. We're gonna have a stern word with Galactus.
If we
but
can
when
hit
they
him,
get
we
there-
will.
Yeah.
It turns
When they
out
get
you
there,
can't
though, it
really
turns
hit
out
him.
You can't. No, not really effectively, because he's kind of big.
Yes.
He's a big boy.
We were talking
He's
about how small he is, but if you're a human-sized superhero, he's very, very big. He's bigger than most kaiju that attack New York.
Yeah. I mean, they say that Galactus is small, but you couldn't fit him in this room, not by a long shot.
Remember
Anyway,
when that 1999 Godzilla movie came out and they had all those things like, his hand is as big as this billboard?
Yeah, it was like, that's a big Godzilla.
Yeah. It's much smaller than the normal Godzilla, actually.
Yeah, but but his chin was bigger.
Oh, yeah. He had a real Jay Leno look to him. I mean, or she
Yeah.
did. Remember, this is She Godzilla, or simply
Oh,
Zilla.
Oh, what? Really? There was a girl Godzilla? God, I can't believe Godzilla went woke.
Yeah, went woke in like 1999.
Oh, God. It's just, this is terrible. They're forcing political correctness down our throats.
No.
What's next?
When are we going to have an end to this horrible array of female characters?
Yeah. I mean, they first Godzilla, now the Silver Surfer. Who knows? They're going to put women in all the movies after this, and it's just it's the worst. Anyway,
I don't see a woman. That's porn.
I mean, they can keep putting women in porn. That's fine. That's fine.
Yes.
Women
are for porn, not real movies. We're gonna bring back. We're gonna bring back men in drag like Shakespeare.
Yeah, because you can't put women in real movies. Because I'm sorry, what, are they going to act? No, they're all hysterical. They can't act. They'll be too busy with their wandering uteruses and stuff. This is just science. This is science. So I'm sorry if these facts are hurting your feelings, but I'm just saying, for the record, women are inferior in every possible way.
Please
I'm
don't
waiting
take
for my
this out of
wife to
context.
bust. Okay, I'm waiting for my wife to bust in the room and yell at me, and I was trying to be very loud to see if that would happen, but I guess not.
No.
Oh yeah, she heard it. She heard it now. But I guess she's actually listening to me when I told her, please stop busting in the room and yelling at me when I'm in the podcast. It's very distracting. So
thank you, Batman.
I guess. Yes, so she's actually learning. Good for her. I love her. I love my wife, even though she's a woman.
Yeah.
Okay. Galactus
Silver Surfer. Yeah.
Yes. So Silver Surfer, they're going up. They see Galactus. Galactus says he will spare their planet if they give him the baby. He wants the baby. That's the stakes in this movie. Is that Galactus wants to retire and have this baby is going to take over as the new planet eater.
Yeah.
Because
I guess that's how that works. Interesting. So
yeah, I mean, sure.
I feel like this is, isn't this like the plot of Rumpelstiltskin?
A little.
Why do you want my baby? Dress him in a green suit, and make a funny little man out of him.
Yeah, why wouldn't you want a baby? They make money.
Man, I am just. I don't know. Speaking of Disney stuff, is just imagine giving your baby to Galactus. Papa, tell me a story. Once upon a time.
Yeah, so Galactus wants a baby. He wants the baby, but the Fantastic Four
apparently.
No. And Fantastic Four are not giving it up. They don't want to give up this baby.
Yeah.
So they go back to Earth. They escape back to Earth. And they go have a press conference and tell the world, yeah, we did not defeat Galactus. Also, he wanted to take our baby, and we're not giving him up the baby. And Mr. Fantastic announces this to everyone.
Yes.
And I was just like, oh, yeah, he is autistic. There's
like,
that.
There's that oversharing going on.
Yeah, it was like why as soon as he said it, I was like, why would you say that, Mr. Fantastic?
Because it's the
Why would you
truth.
ever say that?
You want me to lie?
Yes. See, this is why, as there's a bit in this movie where Sue and Mr. Fantastic have a little argument because, Mr.
Because they're
Fantastic
married.
says they're married, and Mr. Fantastic is like, yeah, because Sue accuses him of considering the possibility of giving the baby to Galactus, and Mr. Fantastic is basically saying something effective like, I have to think about these things. It's my job to think about these things, and I have to do it. That's who I am. And Sue just says, sometimes you being who you are hurts me. Or words to that effect.
Yeah.
I can't remember what she exactly says. And
That was a real stab in the gut right there.
it is. And the thing is, like, I was saying, like, my wife is autistic and I'm neurotypical. We have a lot of communication issues because of that. Sometimes, it's a marriage thing, but sometimes, she will say things and it's like, I mean, she doesn't mean to, but like, I'm like, yeah, sometimes you doing that hurts. And it just is what it is. So that scene, I was like, oh yeah, it's this, I understand what's happening here. I get you, Sue.
Yeah. I just want to say that, the thing about autistics is they don't hate allistics. They hate someone who's more autistic than them. So make of that what you will.
Is that yeah, what okay, now I'm confused.
And just I am of the opinion that maybe you're not as allistic as you think.
Oh. well, me? How could that be? I am extremely normal.
That's what we all think.
Yeah, no, I'm just a normal guy. I'm just a very normal guy.
A fantastic normal guy.
Fantastically normal. Fantastic. But so the four. Okay, so they go to space. They come back. Now everyone on Earth hates them because they didn't give up the baby.
Also, they had the baby on the way there. She was actually pregnant when they left. So you would think she would have stayed home, but.
Well, this Sue Storm is way more involved. It's not like it's not like 2015 where she just like stayed back when the guys all went to the alternate planet of resources, and then she just happened to get invisibility powers because the script was like she also has to get the invisibility powers even though she wasn't there.
Yeah. So you would think that being like a month away from having a baby on a 2-month journey would be a good reason to stay back. But no, and she ends up giving birth, in zero gravity and also at light speed.
Yeah, which that's impressive.
Yeah,
I don't think I could do it.
Yeah, and presumably with no drugs. So wow, I mean that's childbirth machismo right there. Now you're just showing off.
Yeah, well, it was the 60s.
Yeah.
Natural births were very in.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, she should have been like, that. Oh, I wanted a water birth.
Yeah, I wanted dolphins here. So they come back. Now they got to figure out how to save Earth from Galactus, without
Pontifical
words are hard.
Most holistic man.
Yeah, that's right. Shut up. I'm not autistic. I'm just stupid. It's a very different thing.
They have a lot of comorbidities.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We're gonna get in a lot of trouble with that one.
Sorry.
That's a good thing we only have like 2 listeners.
They're both autistic.
No. They're gonna be like, it's okay. We expect this from Mike. We know he's a huge bitch. Ethan, we expected better from you, though.
I know. Oh God. Oh, this is my nightmare.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm just ribbing you. You're good. I forget that sometimes that you take it that you don't like to be mean to people.
Yeah, I do. I always feel terrible when I'm mean to people, and I apologize afterward. Even and it feels like I'm just kind of backing off. Like, no, it's okay, it's okay. I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's my birthday, but no, I really do. I do regret it the second I say it. Sometimes my mouth and my brain don't always move in the same circles.
Yeah.
It's
See, it's
kind of an ADHD thing.
in some ways we're very different people because like I'm a huge asshole. But that's why this show works so well.
Yes,
You
we
know,
have a very grump and not so grump going on.
we should get a third one so that like because the way it worked, we could do the Margaret Show thing, and we'd be like, we well, here's because we need a pretty one to join us, because then we could have like the smart one, the pretty one, and then there's the bitch.
Oh, or we could get someone who's even smarter than me, and then I could be the pretty one.
There, that's true.
Someone smarter
That's
and
gonna be
uglier
hard.
than me.
Well, it's going to be hard to find someone smarter than you, because I think you are one of the you are one of the smartest guys I know.
Well, thank you, but it's. I mean, a lot of my smarts is just shit I memorized as a kid. But I guess
Well,
that counts. Maybe.
it's a form of smart
Yeah.
because it's good at making people think you're smart, which is the most important kind of smarts.
Mhm.
But it might be harder to find some. It might be harder to find someone smarter, but it should be easy to find someone uglier.
Oh.
So
Well,
that'll
I
be
mean,
good.
I don't think I'm my type, so yeah, I don't know if I could judge that accurately.
Oh well. I think we could find someone uglier. I think it'd be pretty easy because you're not ugly. That's what I'm saying. You're like a decent looking dude. So. Anyway, we paused our Fantastic Four for a very bizarre bout of affirmation, I guess. I don't really know what we're doing at this point.
I'm good enough. I'm smart enough, and doggone it, Mike likes me.
That's right. That's all. That's what's important.
Yeah.
Because I'm all
Your
the
opinion
goods.
is what matters.
Thank you. I'm glad someone understands. It's so hard to be me.
You see, this is how enduring partnerships survive. This is how we are entering, year 7 of our show. Even when we, make giant mistakes and end up having to re-record the episode.
Yeah, it's because I'm a huge narcissist and Ethan is a huge enabler, so
Yeah.
we work so perfectly together. Oh my god, sorry. Okay, anyway, we are talking about a topic, ostensibly.
Presumably. Okay, so they return home from space, baby in tow, and Mr. Fantastic is like, well, we didn't give him the baby, and we didn't stop him, but everything's going to be okay for reasons. Bye.
Yeah, so now everyone in the world
I
hates
peed.
the Fantastic Four. And everyone's real mad at them, and they're not looking so fantastic now. People are like protesting with signs. They're all like, "Give the baby to Galactus," and "Not so Fantastic Four,"
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
I don't know about you, but living in 2025 in the second Trump regime, my thought is not if we give him the baby, he's going to spare Earth. My thought is if we give him the baby, he'll eat Earth anyway. Because what's stopping him?
I mean, honestly, yes. Though Galactus did. The question is, did he honor his deal with the Silver Surfer? That's
I think that might be why the original Silver Surfer ducked out of his deal with Galactus, because he found out his planet did get eaten after all.
Oh, geez. Well, in that case, yeah, a little unclear. But like, if he did honor his deal with the Silver Surfer, then I might be inclined to think he might not eat this planet. But at the same time, it's not like it's a different thing, because with the Silver Surfer, to get her continued employment, he may need to continue not eating the planet. But with us, once he gets the baby, well, there's no more reason. He doesn't need, it's not like the baby's going to grow up and be like, hey, I want to,
Yeah.
why did,
And also, if they don't give him the baby and he ends up eating the planet, what's to stop him from just coming and taking the baby?
Yeah, I mean,
He's coming
there you
here
go.
anyway.
Yeah, and that's kind of what happens. I mean, he tries at least. But Mr. Fantastic has a plan, and the plan is because it's basically that Simpsons episode where they have the all-purpose plan to move Springfield like 10 miles down the road.
Yeah.
They have
Or
a
like how the
machine.
Futurama episode where they move Earth away from the sun.
Yeah, they're
So it's a
going to
plot right out of Matt
teleport.
Groening, is what we're saying.
Yeah, yes. But, it's a retro future world, so it kind of works because they have a teleporter machine. They're going to teleport Earth to someplace else.
Yes,
To
they found somewhere that's more or less, they found a sun with a Goldilocks zone, some however many light years away. So the plan is they're going to build pylons all over the world, like 100 of them, and everyone's going to save energy for weeks and weeks so they can power up this field that is going to fling Earth out of its orbit and into another solar system. Or stellar
yes.
system, I think the word is, when it's not, because, solar system refers to our sun, Sol. But,
Oh yeah. And it's very quaint watching like all the peoples of the world pull together for the common good, and all the governments of the world working to solve a problem. It's I love this. I love fantasy. I love
yeah,
it.
it's an
And
amazing fantasy.
yes, but it almost would have worked except for that darn Silver Surfer, because she shows up and she fucks it all up.
Yeah, she
With
just pops those pylons like water balloons one by one, with flying at, way beyond the speed of sound, just boom, down, boom, down, boom, down. There goes Paris. There goes Rome. There goes Tokyo. Go Godzilla. And
yeah,
until
well,
there's
yeah,
only
and
one left, the one in New York City. I don't know why she saved that one for last. I guess so she could talk to the Fantastic Four again. But this is where we follow up on what Johnny has been doing, because Johnny has been trying to do something smart for once in his life. So he's been listening to these recordings that Reed made of the Silver Surfer on other planets that she spoke to. And he's been translating her language, and he's the one who figures out that her name is Shalabal. And he's able
uh,
to stop her in her tracks by addressing her by name. And they have a discussion that results in her pretty much turning her back on Galactus and leaving the last pylon in place.
yeah, she realizes that it's bad to feed sentient beings to, giant Alan Rickman there. So,
He is a lot like Alan Rickman, isn't he?
a little bit. There's a little bit of an Alan Rickman look to him. Um,
I'm really delighted by the idea of Galactus in the role of Snape.
well, so
You can
now
step
they
on
only have one
Hogwarts.
pylon. Oh yeah, good. They only have one pylon left, but so they decide to make it count, and they have a new plan. And that plan, spoilers, is they put the baby on the trap, right?
Yeah, they put
And
the baby right in the place where the pylon would activate, and yeah, trap is accurate because it's sort of like luring ghosts into a trap for the Ghostbusters. The idea
yes,
is, well, if we can't go to this other solar system, we'll teleport Galactus there, and he won't be able to get back. He'll just fall
yeah,
into the sun.
and it almost works, except Galactus is too smart. He sees through their cunning ruse at the last moment.
Yes,
Uh,
because
and
they distract him long enough to move the baby off the trap and back home safe into the caring arms of Herbie. But that's when Galactus does notice that the baby carrier that he's in is empty now, and he kind of gives this smirk and goes, "Clever little bugs."
he's a good sport about it.
Yes. He
He's
does
like,
not think
oh,
that there is any way to defeat him, and he might be right, but we do. So it's only at this very last moment that we really get to see the Fantastic Four showing off their powers at their fullest extent.
oh,
And
that's right. 'Cause we,
poor
we
Mister
get some.
Fantastic gets the worst of it because Galactus just finds him and is like, stretching him like a Gumby, like wee.
Yeah, he's really having some fun there.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, this is one of those new tactile toys that Generation Alpha is into.
Yeah, it's
Does one of you
he's
turn into
really
slime?
yeah.
Glitter
Galactus
slime?
is really fascinated by the stretchy concept, and I say we get to see some stretching finally, which is nice. We also this is
Yeah,
I
his
think
powers can be hard to work into a movie.
yeah. Well, they are the silliest
Yes.
powers, so
Yeah, he's
you
not,
know.
he hasn't figured out how to weaponize it in the same way that Luffy has.
Yes. I mean, well, if you really look at them, it's like who got the best powers in the Fantastic Four? Do you think?
Probably Sue, because she basically has telekinesis, a force field, and can turn invisible. While whereas the Human Torch, if he's not wearing his torch suit, he can burn off anything he's wearing. And of course, Ben got a raw deal. And honestly, Reed's superpower is his brain, not his stretchy abilities.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, Sue got the best one there. I would agree with that. But she's the one who I think uses her force field powers to push Galactus through the portal when
Yeah,
it appears.
she pushes him, through the portal of time, and it's really taking its toll on her because she has to push something that is so much bigger than a human. You can see like blood vessels bursting in her head as she does so, and she basically invisible girls herself to death.
Yeah, it looks like she's dead. It's going to be just a Fantastic Three from going on
Yeah.
from this moment on. It's and of course not. We all know it's not going to die. It's a Marvel movie. None of them die, of course. But excuse me, sorry, I had to sneeze there. Don't worry, I'll cut it in post. No, I won't. I
Haha.
won't remember. That's why people listen to the show for the raw footage.
Raw
But
tunage.
yeah, raw coonage. So, but she dies. So we know she's not actually going to die. But it's a good scene. It's well done. There's a lot of emotion. You really feel like they're losing Sue.
Yeah.
But then they put the baby on her, and she comes back to life.
Yeah,
Or
it's
does
a little ambiguous whether she simply came back to life because she wasn't dead, or if Franklin did it. He might have.
Yeah, so we don't know. We don't know. But, they leave a little bit of delightful ambiguity about this.
Yes.
So that, like, you aren't going to be all like, oh, do what baby Jesus did it? Whatever.
Yeah.
You can be like, no, it's just a complete coincidence. Who knows?
It was feeling her baby on her chest and realizing there was something left to live for. Maybe.
Yes. Maybe.
Well,
Maybe.
Well, this part, I did actually start tearing up here because I felt what was happening, because I haven't talked about it much on the show, but we're going through some stuff at my house where my mom has been in the hospital for about a month now, and her ultimate fate is still pretty up in the air. And seeing the three of them, just absolutely crushed by the loss of their leader. I saw my family. I saw my dad and my brother and me, and just being like, "This is our rock. This is the one who brought us all together. What are we without her?" So it was.
Yeah.
So it was kind of I didn't openly weep, but I felt the tears coming to my eyes because I was like, movie, don't do this to me. I'm going through
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah, we're here for a lighthearted popcorn adventure,
Yeah.
not the deep hurting.
Yeah.
But
I mean, the movie
I hope,
didn't know, did it?
Yeah. We can't blame the movie, I guess. But we're all hoping for the best with how it goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, bad times.
Yeah. Doing
Anyway.
this show is one of the best things I can do with my time in that time. So don't feel bad for me.
Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, everyone at home is like, I'm so glad that during his troubled time, Ethan gets to like spend an hour with this abusive asshole.
This abusive asshole is one of the best friends I've ever had. So
Oh no! Don't say that.
I've had some pretty shitty friends. Let me tell you about my ex-girlfriend sometime. Oh, let's not.
Damn, I was gonna say like I was like say like hey, they must be some pretty bad ones if I'm like near the top, but like I'll take it. I'll take it. Any praise is good for me. But anyway, so that is the Fantastic Four. I
Yeah.
think that
That
pretty
is
much brings us to
almost
the
all
end.
the Fantastic Four until we cut to the like 5 years later, meeting adorable little toddler version of Franklin with his resurrected mother, and she just finished reading The Very Hungry Caterpillar to him. So I guess if it's not the present day, it's at least like 1969. When did that come out?
Mm.
Something like that.
That sounds right.
Yeah. So and now he asks for another book, and his two other favorite books are either A Fly Went By, another classic, or The Origin of Species. And
Well, I can't believe they're forcing their like cultural Marxist wokeism into the Fantastic Four.
yeah, he's a smart cookie, this kid. I mean, I identify a lot with him immediately because I was immediately reminded of my very first like airplane ride where I was like 2 years old, and I had I think that I had Gila Monsters Meet You at the Airport on my lap, and
Oh, I remember.
I was reading as I passed to pass the time, and the stewardess was like, "Oh, how cute! He's looking at the pictures." And my mom was like, "No, he can read it. Ask him to read your name." And I was like, "Karen," and she was like, "Oh!" And she kept bringing me things to read because she just couldn't believe this 2-year-old was such a good reader already.
Wow, you might say you were a hungry reader.
Yeah, you might indeed. Yeah, my copy of Gila Monsters Meet You at the Airport still has the PSA sticker she gave me for it.
that's that's cute.
Yeah, so I definitely I felt a little touched by this vision of this bright and very attached to his mother child. I was like, oh, they're showing me again. And then he's suddenly being addressed by some weirdo in a green cloak.
Uh-oh. Who could this be now?
Yeah. And the thing about it, this guy's got a metal mask, but he's not wearing it. He's speaking to the kid face to face, but we don't see his face.
Oh, okay. So maybe finally we're gonna get a Doctor Doom with a fucked up face.
Yeah, maybe.
You know?
We'll see.
Maybe. Maybe. I'm tired of these overly handsome Doctor Dooms.
Yeah.
You know?
Can we have someone who's ugly already? I mean, how many people are there in Hollywood who get hired despite having below average looks? It's like, oh, Steve Buscemi is Doctor Doom.
Yeah, that's the thing is like they don't let ugly people in Hollywood anymore. They used to. They had these things called character actors.
Yeah.
They were actors who played characters.
Character actors. Who cares if we're fat?
Yeah. But like nowadays, it's just like, oh, everyone's sexy and no one's horny,
Yep.
as they say. But what are you gonna do? Anyway, but I'm cautiously looking forward to the Fantastic Four 2,
Yeah.
part 2, whatever they do with it. They did a good job with the first one. I think we'll see what they can do with Doctor Doom.
Yeah, I mean, you haven't read many of the comics, so I doubt you're real familiar with Doom's actual personality, and this might be a different version of him because supposedly they're bringing back Robert Downey Jr. to play Doom, but that might just be a rumor, a doomer.
Wait, did he play Doom in some other movie or?
No, he was Iron Man, and
Oh,
and
why did
Iron
they get him
Man
for Doom?
canonically died. So
Oh, why did they bring him for Doom? That seems an odd choice. But
well, I mean, it's like an alternate universe version of I can never remember Iron Man's name. Tony Stark, where instead of becoming a good guy, he became a bad guy. But
oh, okay, all right, gotcha.
I guess they were like, well, we've got two guys in robot suits. We can. But I never really thought of Doom's battle suit as being like a robot suit in the same way as Iron Man's. I always thought of it much more as a costume. But
yeah,
maybe I was
Eastern Bloc robot
misinterpreting
cowboy.
it. But
Yeah, I always just thought it was. I always just thought it was a mask. I actually forgot he wore the whole suit.
Sometimes he wears a whole suit. Sometimes he just wears like armor as part of his like tunic outfit.
Mm,
But
mm.
I remember in the '90s they gave him a new outfit that was like a full, Iron Man suit. So he was just wearing that with the green cloak and without the tunic. And then they had to give him the tunic back because he, with just armor and the cloak, he looked like a public flasher.
Yeah, that might be sending the wrong message. So, all right. Well, we'll see Doom in Fantastic Four 2.
Yep.
Looking forward to it. I think this will be fun.
Yeah, if it's I hope to see the return of the Neo '60s aesthetic, or maybe a Neo '70s aesthetic by this time. Who knows?
Yeah. That would definitely be interesting, So finally movies that understand spectacle, so something to look at. I like it way better than looking at like empty rooms and
Yeah,
dimly lit. So
where everyone's sulking and hates each other. I get enough
yeah,
of that in real life.
yeah, for real. All right, so I would say thumbs up to Fantastic Four.
What time is it?
It's dinner time.
It is? Oh, shoot. What are we doing here then?